Right, so I have not read this article. I just saw this title earlier today, and I'm like, all right, well, this caught my attention. Let's see what the hell they're saying about, well, not about me anyway, but my group, the group that I am in. And considering what we're going to be going over here, what I'm going to be going over, what you will be hopefully entertained by, I needed a drink. And unfortunately, I do not have anything to mix with this thing, so I am just drinking a Kraken straight. Ugh, Christ. Ah. But I'm probably going to need that thing straight for whatever foolishness this is. So, let's do it how you all know how I do. Zoom in, please. Thank you. Can you all see that? That might be a little annoying. There we go. Okay. No sex, please. So obviously, you know, a woman wrote this. Olivia Peter. Okay. In fact, while we are here, let's just go. Let's just do this. Is that her? That looks the same. That looks the same. Images. Something tells me it's her, but I can't confirm. Okay. Alright, well, as you can see, not the hottest, but okay. Whatever. No sex, please. We're millennials. Celibacy has become all the rage amongst young people. Okay. Of course, conversation is closed. 1,000 dislikes to 896 likes. In fact, and of course that's 1,000, so it could be 1,999 to 899. Okay, so there's that. Let's get going, huh? On New Year's Day, Jill deleted... Oh, okay, so written by a woman, talking about a woman. Okay, let's... On New Year's Day, Jill deleted all of the dating apps from her phone. I quote, "I realized how fed up I was," the 27-year-old says. It wasn't just that she had tried... it wasn't just that she had tired of dating, though, or... It wasn't just that she had tired of dating, though. That could have been worded better. Or that she'd grown bored of endless swiping. Because let's be honest, women aren't doing much swiping, at least compared to men. The problem was sex. I'm not looking for a relationship, but sex has somehow become my only romantic correspondence with a person. It just becomes so meaningless, I started to question why I was doing it at all. And I'm just going to skim through this. Okay, Jessica, Sophia. So far I picked up 3 women's names and not a single dude talking this celibacy bullshit. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's keep going. The solution might sound unconventional, particularly for someone Jill's age. Aren't your 20s supposed to be your sexual prime? A period of reckless, venereal abandon. Venereal abandon. And yet Jill is just one of many millennials choosing to start 2023 with a vow of celibacy. If I'm not mistaken, the oldest millennial is 40, or maybe even above 40 now. I am 35. I'm going to turn 36 the 20th of next month, February 20th, 2023. I'll be turning 36. Okay, so I believe I'm in the middle somewhere. And the lowest millennials are what? 26, 27, 26, maybe 25, I don't know. Something like that. I think Gen Z has the biggest age group because I hear Gen Z, but I don't hear what's coming after them, and I've got to think. Gen Z started what, 1990s, late 90s, right? So, But anyway, vow of celibacy. No sex. None at all. Now, in today's day and age, sex means pretty much damn near anything, so that means no traditional sex. None of this new stuff that's also apparently sex. Standard issue, no jacking off, or I guess in females' case, no jilling off. I believe it's called jilling. No masturbation. Masturbation. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Okay. Jill. None at all, and then I didn't even see this part. Or for a little while at least. Okay. Technically, this is abstinence rather than celibacy. Okay, so we're going to play these games. All right. Which is associated more with religion. Online, they become interchangeable. Okay, either way, you're just not fucking, so whatever. Search Celibacy 2023, don't need to do that on Twitter, and you will see thousands like Jill vowing to start the year sex-free. Really? Okay. It was even on, it was even one of the dating trends suggested to The Independent earlier this year by Jessica Alderson. Okay, let's look up this bitch. Is this the hottest woman ever created? That's the problem with this. You don't know who it is. The viral blog. Okay, so it might be her. Wouldn't be surprised if it was her. Oh no, biologist. Okay, no, that's no. Wouldn't be surprised if it was her. Out of all of them, she's looking the best here. But shit. Okay. Jessica Alderson, a relationship expert. Okay. How did you become an expert, madam? How did you become a relationship expert? Did you get a certification in expertomics? In expertomics, in relationshipomics, relationshiponomics, relationshipist. How did you become an expert in this, ma'am? What standardization has been made of which you have mastered or which you have become an expert at? What test did you... And co-founder of the dating app So Synced. So, suggested to The Independent, okay, The Independent earlier this year by Jessica Alderson, a relationship expert and co-founder of the dating app So Synced. So my thing is, if she makes a dating app, but yet people are going celibate, how is it a dating app? Wouldn't it just be like a friendship app then, or like what? And I guess at that point you got to ask yourself, what is dating if there's no sex? If you're dating but no sex, how is that different from friendship? Because I can tell you right now, no hetero dude is going to want to just be kissing or touching, but no actual fucking. So if you're going to be on that, oh, we can't fuck, we can do everything else, you're going to get ghosted. So if you're dating, you're fucking, and if you're not going to fuck, well, then you won't be dating, despite what you might think it is. So if you make a dating app, madam, but yet you are advocating no sex, which, as far as hetero dudes are concerned, means no dating, or anything else for that matter, and yet you're dealing with supposedly hetero women, all right? How does that help you? How does that help your, I'm guessing, business, madam? How does that work? Okay. Quote, we are seeing increasing numbers of people, women, choose to be intentional about their celibacy in order to further develop self-love, respect, and autonomy. I don't see how fucking stops any of that, but okay. She said, as well as to gain a better understanding of the type of relationship they want. Okay, all right. Some semblance of sense that makes. All right. In recent years, quote unquote self-love has been parodied as much as embraced. But the shift towards celibacy seems to have come from it. It at least seems to sit somewhere in it. That is certainly the case for Jill, who thinks a period of celibacy could allow her to shift focus. We're all, quote, we're also quick to fall into a routine doing what everyone else does without thinking about it, unquote, she says. Quote, I'm hoping this will teach me more resilience and self-respect, unquote. Okay. I don't see how fucking diminished it. I'm gonna need a drink, shit. Oh, yeah. Shit. Similar reasoning applied to Sophia, another woman, yay. 32, who tried, so who was, how was, so she was in her 20s, 20 something. This one is 32. At nearly 48, I have, okay, so this is Gen X. All right, let's keep going. All right. Similar reasoning applied to Sophia, 32, who tried celibacy after coming out of a long-term relationship. All right, give that pussy a break, I guess. All right, I'm gonna quote, I started dating again and realized I needed space to get to know myself before jumping into bed with someone new, she says. Okay, give that pussy a break. Again, I'm reading this for the first time. I'm seeing this with you. Quote, I wanted to build my self-esteem and confidence. I wanted to build up my self-esteem and confidence. She was celibate for 2 years. It worked. But I recently started dating again and experienced a sense of fatigue from it. Or maybe because they haven't been stretched out in so long that, you know, it's like there's still some elasticity. Oh, okay, let's do that. That's what prompted me to try celibacy again. Okay, I realized, or, you know, you're older, you know, maybe 32 is definitely different than 22. Okay. Okay, I can tell you right now, 35 is different from 25, although I don't feel it. I feel like I can still do it, but especially since I have not been in the gym for, what is roughly 6 months now. Yeah. 35 is definitely different than 25, I'll tell you that right now. I realized that in order to move forward, I needed to step back, observe patterns, and try to forge a new narrative for myself. Okay. The appeal of celibacy is such that even celebrities have opened... Jesus Christ. Well, I guess it's not porn stars, so... the appeal of celibacy is such that even celebrities have been open about their experiences with it. Drew Barrymore, oh God, revealed in October that she decided to abstain from sex following her 2016 split from ex-husband Will Copeland. Okay, at nearly 48. So, at nearly 48, I'm going to need a drink. God, I wish I had a juice or something. The only thing I have to mix with this thing is water. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Alright, so at 48, God knows she has as much options as 28 or 18. So, she's beating them all off with a stick. At nearly 48, nearly 48. She's beating them. So, okay, so 47 and some change is just the same as 17 and some change, right? Right. I have very different feelings about intimacy than I did growing up, she explained. Since entering life as a single mom, I have not been able to have an intimate relationship. The mother of two went on to say that she would consider a relationship in the future. At almost 0.5 of 100 years old, at almost half 100 years old, she would consider it in the future. But for now, she's focused on herself. Okay. It's a way of shifting the focus away from typical understanding of what sex might mean. What does sex mean? Well, let us go and Google that shit. Anthony X, boom. And please don't... Oh, shit. Okay. Ooh. 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 Okay, dictionary. Dictionary. Oh, that could have gotten real bad real quick. I'd have to work on my censoring in Windows Movie Maker, because that's how I'm rolling. Yep. Sexual activities, especially sexual intercourse. Okay. The sexual urge or instinct as it manifests itself in behavior. Okay. Yeah, either of the two divisions. Designated female and male. Okay, but okay, so there you go. You see the definitions of sex. You see the understanding of what sex might mean. Well, that's what sex means. I'm not I'm not drunk. So that's what sex means. It means clapping, it means slamming, it means getting at that cervix like. Nah, it means that sometimes, but not all the time, man. So, what sex might mean? There are I'm not drunk. Oh my god. Yeah, no, seriously though, I'm not drunk. I mean, fucking hell, like, I could take this whole thing and not be drunk. 6'7", 375 pounds. It's gonna take more than this to get me drunk. Sorry, even older at 35. So I'm not drunk. Seriously. There are many reasons why. If you have been having issues in relationships, celibacy could work for you. So that is this madam's thought on the matter. Have you been having issues in relationships? Somehow, cutting off fucking and getting fucked is gonna fix that. How does that fix money issues? How does that fix... shit, just... How does that fix anything? The only thing that might fix is if he can't get up or she can't get wet anymore. I mean, I don't know if that happens from too much sex. She can't get wet anymore and she needs time away from sex before she can get wet again. I don't think women have that problem. I think they just naturally can get wet until they can't anymore, or it takes a hell of a long time. Think 38 versus 18. But with guys, okay, too much sex, so he needs to get away from sex for a little bit so that, it's kind of like too much jacking off versus going a month without jacking off or sex or anything, apart from that, like not frying your nerves with sex, what does not having sex fix? But of course, written by a woman, and so far it's been nothing but women it's been talking about, so of course. At least for a short while. Okay, so again, let's stop having sex, but not really. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to stop dating. And this is where you see that she has not consulted any hetero dudes. And I don't mean hetero dudes that are wimpy. I don't mean hetero dudes that are suspicious. I mean manly dudes that they actually are going to want to fuck, right? Okay. Manly dudes. Manly men. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to stop dating. So, yeah, she has not consulted any hetero males about this. The hit Netflix series, oh god, Too Hot to Handle sees a group of impossibly ripped and raunchy 20-somethings competing for a cash prize by abstaining from sex. And if I'm not mistaken, they fail epically. Glorious failure. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that they actually were able to? Okay. By abstaining from sex. Okay. All right. And in today's day and age where sex means just about anything, even if they're not doing any of this, right? They're doing everything else except that. Just okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out later on, like when they meet up with those people in like 20 years. We all fucked. We got in orgies, but the show would never air if they didn't fake like we. So we all faked it. We all faked like we weren't fucking. But the moment those cameras go off, that stuff gets edited. It's not one continuous shot. Stuff gets edited. We had orgies, man. Sometimes we brought porn stars in there and we all just fucked. And then back on camera we acted like we didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out later on. Moving on. The idea, as repeated by the show's notorious virtual assistant host Lana, is to form deeper connections. Well, it's a lot easier to form deeper connections by just going balls deep as opposed to just the tip. I'm not drunk. I just felt like being funny. That goes beyond insatiable libido. Okay. It doesn't work for everyone. I'm willing to bet it hardly works for anyone. This is a reality show after all. But the challenge tends to result in tangible personal growth for a select few. With sex off the table, there's space for something else. Okay. And this kind of reminds me of that other show where apparently, I guess you're supposed to try to find love without seeing the person. Okay, and I guess maybe for contractual reasons or whatever, they go through with it, but then none of it lasts. In fact, I seriously wonder if any of those marriages, I think it's called Love is Blind or something like that. But the thing of the show is that you're supposed to get to connect with somebody without ever seeing what they look like, and you don't get to see them until, I think, like the wedding day or something like that. Or yeah, till the wedding. No, not until the wedding day. You get to see them once, then you get to decide right then and there, are you going to get married or not? And I have a feeling that that also is scripted to a certain degree. Like, if enough people say no, okay, we need you to come in here, moles, and say yes no matter what. So you got some dude that looks like he belongs on the cover of Fitness or Men's Health Fitness Muscle Magazine with a woman that looks like she belongs on Torrid, or maybe she's too fat for Torrid, I don't know. Or vice versa, right? We just need you all to go in there to be like, yes, see, our show works. Okay. That's just my guess. some people may choose to try celibacy to see what it's like to connect with others on a different level. And again, you got to ask the question, without sex, how is it any different than just friends? Okay. Different level, explains Tamara Hoyton. So this is woman number what, 3 or 4? Is she hot? Tamara Hoyton. Wouldn't surprise me if this is her. But let's see. Alright, so we got that. I guess there's no point even, because you can never really tell. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's her. Business Rice EDU. MarriedCeleb.com. It's probably her. Getty Images, Getty Images, Getty Images. I gotta research this Getty Images. Who the hell is Getty? Yeah, okay, well, I won't be able to determine right now. I highly doubt it's that. The name sounds black. Anyway, Tamara Hoyton, a counselor and sex therapist at Relate. Or they may want to counterbalance what they see as an over-reliance on sex and relationships. Sex and Oh my God. It's a bunch of women. Okay. So friendship then. Okay, so an over-reliance on sex and relationships. So friendships then. She suggests its resurgence could be the consequence of modern convenience culture. In today's society, it can in some ways feel like everything is available all the time, whether that's music, food, or porn. She says, as an antidote to this, some millennials are leaning towards a clean living ethos, such as healthy eating and mindfulness, which has what to do with no sex. In fact, healthy eating and mindfulness, if you want to talk about health, it's kind of like that use it or lose it business, but okay. For some, this may extend to the idea of celibacy. Some people report a feeling of empowerment through celibacy. Okay. It can be seen as wholesome discipline, that is experienced as cleansing. It can be seen as a wholesome discipline that is experienced as cleansing. That sentence doesn't quite make sense. Now, okay, so it's one thing if you want to try this at 18, okay. But to be trying it when you should either more or less, be married and dropping off kids, shitting out kids. At least be married even if happen to not have kids yet, but okay. And now is when you're going to be trying that? And the fact that you're even in the whole dating thing right now, late 20s fine, but although TikTok a little bit, but 30 plus? So when exactly do you plan on, assuming that we are talking about hetero women here, I'd like to think that's what we're talking about, right? The guy that you ultimately end up settling with, or settling down with, or maybe not even settling, let's say choosing or being with by whatever other means. When does he get to enjoy you when you're young? If you're already 30 plus and you're sitting here talking about some Virgin Mary, fake me out, fake ass Virgin Mary type business, right? Celibacy, like when And I've been meaning to talk about something similar to this, because one thing that I've been noticing is that when I was 18 to 21, I noticed that the girls my age were going off with dudes in their late 20s to late 30s, and sometimes even to early going on mid 40s. I am now, well, mid 30s going into late 30s, right? Starting the start of late 30s, the beginning of late 30s. And I noticed that there are not really any 18 to 21-year-old girls anywhere to be found, right? Much less mid-20s girls to be found. And from what I've been checking recently with the dating apps, just because I, again, was going to do a different video than this, but this came up, so I'm like, all right, let me just mash them together and for efficiency. I've been checking forums, I've been checking dating apps, I've been checking, stuff. And even the 18 to 20-year-old girls have kid or kids plural. And God knows if it's by the same dude. So at what point do us older dudes get, she said she was 18, the 18 to 21 year olds, much like when we were us dudes were 18 to 21, the girls our age were getting off with, I guess, Gen X and probably late boomers, right? I guess if the money was good enough, late boomers, but if not, Gen X dudes. So it's just like us millennial dudes, of which none of these ladies seem to have consulted at all, right? And I don't mean try guys. We just get nothing. We get nothing. Okay. And something tells me, despite what feminism has been telling the entire world and women as a whole, especially through feminism, us millennial dudes aren't really going around raping women like that, or else it'd be like, all right, you can be on the celibacy bullshit. Okay, you can do that, and I'm still gonna get this ass out of you. Okay. We're not exactly doing that, so I don't know. I'm wondering who the hell's doing all this raping of women everywhere, because it sure as hell, by and large, ain't us millennial dudes. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, so they can be on the celibacy business, and millennial dudes are more or less forced to be on it. At the risk of trying to invoke incel here. Let's keep going. It's not reserved for single people either. Yeah, here we go. It's not reserved for single people either. Experts. What are the credentials? And where do they get these credentials to be labeled expert? Okay, I'm going to need another hit of this. Shit, clear sinuses, man. Good Lord. Experts suggest that there can be major benefits to periods of celibacy within relationships. As if sex doesn't naturally drop the fuck off when you're married anyway, or when you're with somebody, married or not, for a long period of time. Okay. Particularly if a couple has problems in communication or intimacy. So you have a problem with it, and instead of doing more of it to kind of override or counter it, you're going to do less of it, kind of, which then pretty much cements or solidifies the problems in communication or intimacy. There wouldn't be problems if you were actually having intimacy and communication. So the fact that there's problems means that you're probably not having it, right? Okay. And so celibacy, which is even more of at least none of this, is the recommended medicine for this disease or this problem, condition, illness, ailment, whatever you want to call it. Even less fucking, more not fucking than you're already not doing, or than you're already doing, is a solution to no intimacy. Is more non-intimacy. Okay. In some instances, this form of recalibration is referred to as sensate focus. Okay. And I'm sure somebody's going to try to justify this like, oh my God, if you had this type of food for a week straight and you get tired of it and then you don't have it for a month and then you come back. To which point I would counter, well, rather than having that for a week straight, why don't you have some different flavors? Right. So let's not try that with me. I dare say you won't get tired of any of them if you're having a good rotation. But for men and women, who knows? I'm just saying, the same exact dick 24/7, the same exact pussy 24/7. This is used to intensify intimacy by taking sex away and focusing on other sensory experiences and different forms of touching, says Marianne Johnson. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother. So once again, all women. Okay. A relationship and a psychosexual therapist. In fact, you know what? Let's go on ahead and can't tell me you're not gonna have something of what the hell this bitch looks like. I see nothing about. I see nothing about sex therapists, sex psycho. Wouldn't be surprised if it's her. God forbid. Oh shit. Oh, moving right along. Fuck it. A relationship and psychosexual therapist. It can be useful to have a sort of reset, quote unquote, allowing a couple to learn, in brackets, what works for them and take, in brackets, the attention away from goal-oriented sex. It's not quite the same as celibacy per se, but the goals are similar. It's a way of shifting the focus away from physical understanding of what sex might mean, she adds. What do hetero men think of this? No sex. I mean, one might say, hey, they've been used to that their whole life, the vast majority of them. All right, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. What they've also been used to is being single during that time. Not being chained down to one person, they can't fuck. So, I don't, so. But what do hetero men think about this? Don't fucking know, because none of them are in here. Did they even consult with any? Even if they were to not include what they put in there, did they even consult with any of them? Probably not. Or else they would realize that all of this crap does not work. Okay? Does not work, especially if you're in a relationship. If you want to be single and you want to go monk mode yourself, or whatever the hell a female monk is called, if one, a nun, I guess, nun mode, okay, fine. But to be interacting with men on anything more than a strictly friends level, and you think you're going to keep the association of men, attention, much less association of men, on anything other than a friends level, and you're not fucking them, but of course, if I go and say this, oh, well, you don't speak for all men. Well, I know all these dudes that are happy not getting any ass at all, but yet they're chained down to one bitch. Okay. But yet when they want to say stuff for women, oh, well, I say this, and I know plenty of women that are like this, and then, of course, every single woman just claps, not because they actually agree, but just because they want me to be wrong. Okay. Even though they don't agree with what she's saying, and they know I'm right, and they actually agree with me, they don't want to agree with a man. They want the man to be wrong. Okay. So, they decide they want to be celibate. Okay, fine. But somehow they're still supposed to have a relationship with what they're sexually attracted to. And what they're sexually attracted to, are they going to be doing that? Especially if they're not like in their late teens, 18, 19, right? To where it's like, okay, bitch, you want to be on the celibacy shit? All right, I'll entertain your bullshit for a couple of years. Still going to be like 21, 22, can still have that youth. Past 30? Past 30 when life hits, when bills hit, and God forbid you're not in the gym plus eating a plant-based, not vegan, but plant-based, all natural, more or less raw food diet plus gym and, health, and you're going to take away sex, what little bit of bits and pieces of sex that a dude in his 30s actually gets? Okay. And then when they go after the younger girls, or try to go after the younger girls, or go overseas on some passport bros business and pay, that's also a problem. And I really don't see how the hell women are able to do all this celibacy abstinent business if they're getting the shit raped out of them 24/7, so saith women via feminism. There's a trillion women getting raped every 1 second somewhere, somehow, some way, some form or fashion by men, right? But yet women can be on the celibacy business. Okay. A relationship and sex is not quite the same. It's a way of shifting the focus away from typical what sex might mean, she adds. Okay. The benefit from a period of celibacy are endless because ultimately it's about self-development. And that's a practice that will always provide some sort of enlightenment regardless of your relationship status. This time around, Sophia intends to try celibacy while dating. She intends, don't know this as a guarantee, but I'm willing to bet, she intends to go out and waste the dude's time and get him to pay for the dinner, pay for the date, and all of that, knowing full well she's not going to fuck him. And she's probably not going to say that up front. You are not going to fuck me. If we fuck, it's because I am getting raped and I will press charges. No. She's going to sit here and basically do what women as a whole are known to do, not each and every single one. She's going to waste this dude's time. She's going to get a free meal and supposedly be on some monk mode, nun mode, Virgin Mary business. Okay? Now, some dude from the cover of Muscle Magazine or Fitness Magazine or Men's Health with Bezos money, right? Or whoever the current world's richest man is, his level of money. And he's not like 80, he's like, I don't know, 40, 30, maybe got 25, 20, whatever. If he comes along, is she still going to be on monk mode? talking about abstinence, talking about finding myself and my truth. Or is she gonna hold motherfucker at a gun and be like, look, motherfucker, you can leave, but your dick and balls and all that sperm can stay right the fuck here, cause, yeah. Nah, I mean, feel me? So, like, I know at first it won't be easy, she says, because it's not going to work, especially if you involve hetero dudes in this. But I think it will be a great to eliminate people whose values may not align with mine. So that's like 100% of dudes. Okay, so basically, unless you're going to Samuels buy a dog and die alone, or you're going to be even though they're born this way, it's not a choice, supposedly. It's a choice when people want it to be. You're going to turn lesbian or something. Okay, and the way some of these bull dykes and studs are, shit. You will be fucking them whether you want to or not. Okay. Let's just say, officer, she did this to me. It doesn't work. If there's no penis involved, it doesn't work. I'll just leave it at that. It was what may not align with mine. It's like what Albert Einstein. Hey, finally a dude. Finally a dude. And what does he have to say about that? Okay. Said, it's insanity to repeat the same method all the time and expect a different result. You know, I always had a problem with this saying because it is wrong, but I will leave that for another video. Okay. And if this is what Einstein said, then maybe Einstein is in fact an imbecile. But again, we'll get to that. From news to politics to travel to sports, culture to climate, The Independent has a host of free news. Oh, okay, this is just them advertising. Okay, well, there you have it. There you have it. No sex, please. We're millennials. It doesn't say we're millennial women. We're millennials, okay? Celibacy has become all the rage amongst young people. And yet, I don't think any Gen Z was consulted here. Oh, 27-year-old. Okay, she was 27. Okay. I don't see any Gen Z being consulted. Well, millennials. Okay, fine. Obviously not Gen Z. But not a single millennial male that is heterosexual, a manly man, not going to say whatever to get in women's good graces on the inside track to some ass that supposedly is off the table. Was consulted. But somehow, passport bros is a problem. And let's just be honest, minus the one, I'm guessing, black woman, it's something tells me it's white women and all of the non-white women that wish they were white, if you know what I mean, are white praising, white worshiping, white kowtow and bowing down to, that are on this foolishness. And that leaves us millennial men where exactly? Okay. Well, millennial men, now that you know what the women our age, not as a whole obviously, but to a consequential enough degree, are on, again, surprise, surprise, the conversation is closed. Okay. I'm assuming this is the dudes and this is the women. Would now be a good time for us as men, as hetero men, to get together and vote for prostitution to be legal at the national, state, and local level, all throughout the U.S., if not the entire Western world? Would now be a good time? I think it would be. Just be another bill. They get to, the free market gets to reign, and women get to undercut other women for that ass, or for that money. And us men, we get to enjoy competition. True competition. And that shall be just another bill. Like anything else. I mean, hell, in today's day and age, I mean, you got Square, you got all this stuff, Cash App, Venmo. That shit can just go on a credit card and just be a monthly bill that you end up paying the statement balance for. Is now a good time, men? Huh? Is now a good time, oh hetero men of the millennial, to vote that shit in? I posit that it is. Later.